And
they're off in the 2024 Coral Scottish Champion Hurdle, and Favour Fizz is immediately set alight by Carl Miller going into the turn, followed by Rubo and Affadil. The Paul Nicholls pair settled second and third ahead of First Street as they reach the first hurdle. And all over that safely, Bialystok is held up at the back with Benson, Petit Tonnerre, and also Alvani in the light blue, as it is Favour Fizz in company with Rubo and Harry Cobden. Affadil, the blue and white, and they are followed then by Salsada, First Street, Cracking Rhapsody, the inside of Favour and Fortune, the white sleeves and cap as they jump number 2 ahead of Florida Dreams. Alvani is gone. Alvani down at the second. The horse is up. And Brian Hayes has got to his feet as they move on towards the third. And Rubo has taken over to Favour Fizz. First Street made a significant mistake on the inside of the course there and lost some ground. Ginger Mail is held up at the back with Petit Tonnerre and Benson, and Bialystok last of all. Lodu Sud is a little worse than midfield, the grey. The yellow colours, Harry Skelton on the outside. One circuit to go and it's Rubo, last year's winner, defending his Scottish Champion Hurdle crown. And they're not going overly quickly. It's Rubo in front of Favour Fizz. Affadil is in third place. Affadil racing on the outside of Salsada, followed by Favour and Fortune and Florida Dreams. Lodu Sud on the outside of the Moor Battle winner, Cracking Rhapsody, and then Westport Cove, who's followed by Ginger Mail, whose half-brother Elvis Mail runs in the big one later on. Ginger Mail, a grey on the inside of Petit Tonnerre. Benson and Bialystok is last of all, as it is Rubo that leads them entering the back straight. They've taken 3 of the 9, and it's Rubo to Favour Fizz and Affadil with Salsada. She is on the inside in fourth. Lodu Sud and Florida Dreams. Favour and Fortune the inside under Tom Cannon, followed by Cracking Rhapsody. Rubo gets over the first hurdle in the back, and behind Cracking Rhapsody is Westport Cove and Benson and Petit Tonnerre. First Street has lost a lot of ground after that mistake. Bialystok and Ginger Mail is just the back marker as they take the middle hurdle in the back straight, and Rubo still has the advantage. Favour Fizz is just shaken along on the outside. Affadil is following in company with Florida Dreams, Salsada, and on the inside of the course is Favour and Fortune. Lodu Sud is there on the outer, grouping up in behind the leader Rubo, who jumps the fourth last economically and well. Westport Cove is in about 8th place with Benson on the outside, then Petit Tonnerre, Ginger Mail. No move yet from Bialystok. First Street looks out of this now. So coming to the end of their first circuit, 3 left to jump. Rubo have had 2 winning top weights already today. Rubo is in front, but they're stacking up in behind Favour Fizz, Affadil. Then Salsada, Favour and Fortune go sweetly on the inside. Lodu Sud on the outer of Florida Dreams. Cracking Rhapsody, last year's the Moor Battle Hurdle winner of this year, is around the inside, just scraping the paint, followed by Ginger Mail. This is the third last. Rubo gets to it in front, jumps it brilliant. Leader Favour Fizz and Affadil, Favour and Fortune. Lodu Sud, the outside of Florida Dreams. Bialystok smuggled into the race, but still with plenty in front of him. Rubo is now driven as Favour and Fortune comes to take over here, running to the second last. Affadil still there. Lodu Sud the outside. This is 2 out. Favour and Fortune pressing Rubo. They land together to Affadil. Then Cracking Rhapsody. Lodu Sud, Bialystok making good progress in behind runners. It's Favour and Fortune just with the advantage here to Rubo, Cracking Rhapsody, Affadil and Lodu Sud. Favour and Fortune, the novice, takes the last in front in the Scottish Champion Hurdle. Bialystok is chasing hard, short of a bit of room. Favour and Fortune, it's Bialystok delivered by Paul Town on the far side, but it's still just close to the finish. Favour and Fortune wins for Alan King. The Scottish Champion Hurdle to Bialystok, tight in behind with Cracking Rhapsody well there with Affadil, and Lodu Sud. Favour and Fortune has won the Coral Scottish Champion Hurdle.
close for second, probably Bialystok in second, maybe Cracking Rhapsody is in third place. In fact, it's an official photo for third place. Bialystok in second, behind Favour and Fortune. Mark, Bialystok landed running over the last, probably hit the front and was maybe just worried out of it by Favour and Fortune.
Yeah, well, I said to you halfway up the running, that's an even better ride than he gave Sharjah in the previous race. He looked all over the winner, didn't he? He got a really confident and a hold-up ride, did Bialystok. Looked to be produced at the right time, but you take your hat off to Favour and Fortune. He dug deep. He was in the firing line on the run to the second last. and he found more because he was headed.
It was a good front-running performance up to that point by Rhubob, the top weight and front runner.
Yeah, 13 pounds higher than when he'd won the race 12 months ago. He got a fairly positive ride. He sat in behind Favour Fizz for the majority of the race. He took over. Front two start to pull away, but you can see Bialystok weaving his way between opponents under Paul Town, and he gets a decent jump at the last, and I thought his speed would come to the fore, and just as he gets upside you think it's all over, but Alan KingRunners battles back well, and it's 12 years since Ray Starr won it for the same trainer.
And look at that finish. There's only about 2 or 3 lengths separating the first 5 home. Loaded Suds run a huge race as well. I thought for a moment or two approaching the left he was going to play a bigger hand in the finish, but just confirming that Bialystok's second, judges just called Cracking Rhapsody third, and it was Affordale that took fourth.
Yeah, a cracking run from Cracking Rhapsody. We mentioned his More Battle hurdle when he was up £9 for that performance. Another career best effort from him. Loaded Sud, you can see the grey horse second from the left. He travelled well into the race, came off the bridle after the second last. He basically didn't have the speed of the principals. Drying ground probably just counted against him.
Yeah, and looking down through 1 or 2 of the beaten horses, Rhubob drops tamely away. First straight, a little disappointing.
He was about the first horse beaten, wasn't he? We obviously lost Albany at the second hurdle, but he was the first horse beaten down the back straight, had a wind operation. He just hasn't fired today.
And Florida Dreams is finished probably in about 7th or 8th.
Just like the acceleration, he looks more of a 2.5 mile horse to me, but there was strong support for him, but he just didn't quite have the speed. You can see him now far side in about 5th position, but he couldn't go with the likes of Bialystok when the taps were turned on.
Whatever way you look at it, although Bialystok's finished second for Willie Mullins, it's another 21 grand in the championship quest for finishing second.
It looked as though it's going to be 56 grand, didn't it, halfway up the back? But yeah, good performance by the winner, and another novice winning this event.
Another novice winning the Scottish Champion Hurdle.